it was 2019. My son was just born. My wife was like, you got to figure something out or you need to go get a full-time job. And then we created the first version of SmartFit. We launched that with the Kickstarter in May 2019. That was our Hail Mary.
Wow.
If it wasn't saved the business, if it didn't, we would be done. Wow. We launched it. And then on day one, it just really popped off. We're just like, wow, I can't believe you're ordering from us. Scooter Braun, Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow. Let's go. You got Zuck.
Yeah, we got Zuck.
Let's go, baby. You know, custom suits online should be a thing that does not work. I mean, I don't know how one could make it work, but Ray Lee is that guy. He is that guy who has made it work. Returns, sizing, fit issues, etc. I mean, there's a graveyard of apparel businesses because of those many things, but he is the person who has threaded the needle and found the way, and we need to bring him into this show right now. Ray, get inside of here. Get in this show, Ray.
Let's go.
What's up, guys?
Boy,
the energy is amazing. Oh
amazing. Long time coming. Long time coming. For you. It's for you, Ray.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Man, we appreciate having you on the show, brother. And man, this has been, I know that you know Colin very well. Of course, we've talked before too, many years ago, but I have been enjoying watching you from afar. And you know, you've got such a unique catalog of products now. I mean, you've gone to the t-shirt, you know, there was even a little tease about uniforms and so many things that you guys have cooking on your end. Just give me some perspective first for our audience who may not know you, Ray. Brother, how have you been able to make custom fit suits work on the internet at Sene? I mean, they're fine, they're tech suits, luxurious. How have you been able to make this work, man?
Thanks so much, man. I mean, we built our own proprietary AI engine called SmartFit. And so the idea was to make it possible to dummy-proof ordering custom clothing, because traditionally you have to go see a tailor, but you take a 60-second quiz. It's all things. You don't have to measure yourself. You don't have to get scanned. You can do it while you're on the toilet, and it's that easy. And then you just get it generates the back end, though, is crazy because we generate a digital clone of your body, and then we extrapolate your preferences and your shape into what the end garment should be. So the tech is pretty cool. And yeah, that's kind of how we started in suits. To your point, moved on to tees, denim, athletic wear. We're launching a golf collection this summer. But yeah,
whoa,
it's pretty wild.
Whoa, breaking news.
Love that.
Little breaking news
That's right.
On the show here, Ray.
You hear it first on the show. We haven't mentioned it anywhere.
I mean, you know, Colin, I mean, to me, Ray's biz sounds like a quasi tech company. Sounds like he's going to get some nice valuations, perhaps. Some nice multiples with that tech. That's phenomenal, man. I had no clue that you guys had your own AI engine behind this thing that you have.
Yeah, man. We did AI before AI was cool.
Wow.
He was building the Claude Bot 1. Ray, talk a little bit about, so you have this current version that you have for Sene right now.
Yeah.
I would say this is not V1. You've had earlier iterations of this, and basically iterations that you had to pivot away from because they weren't working. Can you talk a little bit more about your failures and how that kind of led you to this new avenue?
Yeah. We in fact had an earlier version of the business called Suitable. That was the first iteration of it. And it was, custom suits sold that were really cheap, honestly, not the best quality, but had cool, trendy cuts, sort of like Zara, but custom. And then we, I think there was a time where a lot of different people were trying to crack the nut on custom. And so you had all these different players. And so we did that. We opened a store in LA. We changed the name to Sene. We were trying to do more cool casual clothing. That was custom, but still we ended up just getting people who wanted to buy custom suits for weddings. And we had the super high overhead. It was very difficult to scale. We're measuring people with the measuring tape. It took 30 minutes to fit someone. And it was 2019. My son was just born. My wife was like, you got to figure something out or you need to go get a full-time job. Oof. And yeah, we were about to run out of cash, 2 months of Runway left. And then,
oh, brother.
Yeah, it was stressful, so stressful. And we pivoted. We had just created the first version of the FlexTech suit, which was our first hero product. And we had put it out on the floor in the store, and we just saw all these people who were just walking in would gravitate towards that. What is this? And we found it was really easy to sell it. And we were like, we can build a business behind this. We need to get rid of everything else. And we're just going to go all in on this. The idea, the insights were, it wasn't enough to be custom. People build relationships with brands. So the brand had to be cool, but also the product had to be really interesting, regardless of whether it was custom or not. So, and then we were like, sizing has to be simple. We can't keep measuring people like this. And then we created the first version of SmartFit. We launched that with the Kickstarter in May 2019. That was our Hail Mary.
Wow.
If it worked, save the business. If it didn't, we would be done. Wow. So we launched it. Yeah, it's crazy. And then on day one, it just really popped off. And that saved the business. That was
how we love that.
Started.
I love that so much.
Wow.
I think, Ray, one of the things that I appreciate about you, and that I know other people that follow you on LinkedIn and other places, I think one of the things I appreciate is that it's not all sunshine and rainbows up and to the right. We only make money forever. We're all profitable. We're always flying around in our PJs because e-com is so easy and getting a product to market is so awesome. And if you're not successful, then you're really dumb. And be like me. Giving us insight into some of those war stories. Man, I'm having panic attacks. I got 2 months of runway left. My wife is telling me, hey, brother, you got to get it together or get a job. We're pushing the chips in. We got to make this work. Kickstarter, if this ain't it, then we're closing up shop, everything. Man, I think people really appreciate because it's real. And there's a lot of stories like that I think really endear the e-com community to you. Man, give me perspective on just sharing that. I mean, there's a piece of you that probably doesn't want to share any of that and just always keep the nice, pleasant face in front of everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was a decision early on to try to be for the guys who are struggling and not try to not try to spin like the story of what's going on. And I remember myself, just especially when we were struggling, you get all these people who are hyping themselves on LinkedIn or wherever, and then a couple of years later you find out that actually what's going on is quite different. And also sometimes people are just lying about what's going on. So I don't like that. I also feel like for my cousin and I co-founded Sene, and for us, we're both Christians. Our faith is a huge part of our business journey. Yeah. So we feel like our business shouldn't be about us. And it should be a story of like, I think we almost went out of business so many times that we feel like this should be a story of grace and a story of like two guys who don't have everything figured out, but have had this amazing opportunity to build something that they're passionate about. And, because I think there's a lot of pressure to feel when you're an entrepreneur, to feel like, if I don't have the right credentials or if I don't make the perfect set of decisions, I'm done. But I think there's I think that's the story when you have How I Built This, right? Those podcasts are all about, they make the entrepreneur seem like this incredible hero who just is so smart. And it's like, it's 99% them and 1% luck, something like that. I really think that's not how it works. It's, there's a lot of luck, and the way we look at it is luck is divine providence. So I just want people to not carry the weight with them all the time.
Wow. I love that. Ray, we got to talk about some of the cool people that have been involved with Sene. You are too humble about this. You do not share this enough. You're too humble of a guy. Somebody will be ordering and be like, yeah, this is a super famous person. And you're just like, yeah, I guess this happened. Can you let us know some of the crazy famous people that have had the absolute privilege of dressing in Sene? Some of the cool people you've gotten to work with as well.
Yeah.
Other than Colin. Other than
me. Other than me, obviously.
Colin's number
I'm
one.
number one. Yeah.
We have our target persona is someone who's sits at the intersection of business and creativity. So we have a lot of CEOs and people who have built like massive organizations that we're just like, wow, I can't believe you're ordering from us. So it's like Scooter Braun, Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow. Let's go. You got Zuck.
Yeah, we got Zuck.
Let's go, baby.
We have like some NBA guys. We have James Freeman, founder of Blue Bottle.
Wow.
We have one of the founders of Quest Protein, founder of United Entertainment Group. There's like a bunch of notable architecture firms that are like the founders of those. So we just feel it's really privileged, to get to make stuff for these guys.
Man, it seems to me it's a product of actually not giving up on quality, continuing to iterate, finding something that wins, and then continuing to push further and further in, and you went from this wedding, largely a wedding business, to now servicing these people who are doing wonderful things in our world. And I love that. Man, tell me, I am particularly interested, of course, the suit I love, but I'm particularly interested in the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think there is something about the perfect t-shirt that is so compelling inside of menswear. And there's been a lot of brands that have taken their crack at it and done really well. True Classic, they've taken their crack at it, and a number of others. But it looks to me like you've really got something on your hands, and it's elevated. It's upstairs, it's top shelf. Man, what motivated you to get into that? I think it probably didn't take 2 months to develop, is my guess. I think it probably took a while. Give me perspective on the shirt and why that's important to you.
Yeah. Well, one, I don't really wear suits very often. So I wanted to do something that just about anyone can own.
Yeah.
And for us, we're never going to win on price because, it costs us a lot more to make things.
Yeah.
So the question has always been, how do we make the best version of any category we want to get into? There's also this expectation from the people that we serve. I think some people just want to put out a lot of crap, and that works. But for us, the moment we put out something that's subpar, we really lose the trust of our customers. And so that was a piece of it. But so we just knew we only have the option. If we're going to get into the tea game, we need to have a unique point of view.
Yeah.
And it needs to be awesome. We also had this opportunity to make all of this stuff in the USA. So we thought it'd be really cool to do bespoke teas that are really great, made here in the US.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is it took us 2 years to unlock teas.
Wow.
And we, it was crazy. Yeah. So we were we were pretty, people just give up really early on things, but we were like, no, we're going to figure this out. There is something here.
Let's go.
And we had two sort of fabrics that we were working with. One was more lightweight, sort of a more normal tea fabric. And there was another one that was a lot more expensive to make. And essentially we were working with our mill and our factories, and they were like, oh, we have this one fabric here, and it's for sweaters. And I was like, this could make a really interesting tea. It'd be heavyweight, super soft, it's incredibly plush. I haven't seen a t-shirt like this.
Wow.
And they're like, okay, we'll make it for you. We'll try it out. The moment I put it on, I was like, this is the best t-shirt I've ever worn.
Let's go.
This would be amazing. But I was like, this is too expensive. We're not going to run ads behind this. Like, who's going to buy this? And then later on, the Bear, the TV show came out, heavyweight teas were starting to be in. And we had been trying to market the cheaper tea, which was still a really great quality, just sort of medium lightweight tea.
Yeah.
It was like, culturally, it feels like the right moment. Let's try to go after the product I really love. And I think within a week, it started scaling up really quickly.
Wow.
And I think we were like, oh my gosh, this is the velocity at which it was growing for a new hero product was the fastest we've ever seen for one of our new products. It outpaced the trajectory that we had on the suiting program. Like it was able to get to a level that in half a year that the suit program took 3 years to get to. So it jumped up really quickly. So it was awesome for me because I was like, this is what I've wanted to do for so long.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
That's wild. So we have a big thing on this show where it's basically called the one man brand. We feel really strongly about the one man brand or a really, really strong team and a small team in 2026 can do amazing things. Obviously, you have surpassed a crazy record where you've broken into 8 figures. Can you talk a little bit about your team size and then how you're thinking about that moving forward, as well as kind of the AI stuff that you're actually thinking about where you're like, I think we could add 2 or 3 of these pieces in here and just make us up and to the right even more.
Yeah. So I think on the team size part, we have probably a larger team than.
We're with you, Ray.
Okay,
We're with you.
Cool. We have a larger team than probably some companies our size. So we're around, because you hear about companies having 3 to 6 people, but we have about 20 people.
Awesome.
We have 2 in marketing, 3 in 3 in fulfillment, 4 in customer service, 2 in or 3 in a fit review role, which is like a concierge role for people to update their fit. And then we have, I think 2 to 3 backend engineers, 1 front end engineer. So the team mix is pretty different, I think, from traditional D2C. And, but most D2C teams don't have multiple backend engineries, right? Like but we have people working on the AI engine. And that's a meaningful piece of overhead. So I think for us, we've always felt like this is the part that people don't see from the outside because you can't think, this is just but it's a ton of work building out. There's a lot of stuff we're doing on the platform side because there's a lot of D2C Shopify ecosystem tools that are irrelevant for us because you think about the fact that someone orders something that's custom. If they need to remake it, we're going to do a V2 on that garment. And then we need to figure out what does that mean if their t-shirt was fitted, how does that impact any other garments that they might order that are custom fit? Like what's that relationship?
Yeah.
How do you apply machine learning to it to make sure sort of those relationships make sense? How is it getting better and better over time? We've built a bunch of there's like a platform layer that connects with our factories because every time we get an order in, that generates a digital file that's sent to the factory where it automatically starts cutting. So anyway, that's stuff on the tech side. That's quite a bit. But I think we've been able to be really smart with the way we've approached marketing. We've always wanted to control it in-house because I feel like the brand is is in our DNA. But I think we're actually pretty good for like the next level of scale with the team that we have currently. Like we don't really need to expand too much. And then, sorry, I forgot what your other question was, but that
all good
speaks to the team part.
Are you still hands-on keyboards in the ads manager? And caveat to that question, after Zuck ordered, did you get a little discount on your ads?
All right.
Zuck was like, hey, let's shave a couple percentages off this guy. I love this.
Just a few bips for our boy Ray.
Yeah, I know. Come on. No, I think he's been very equal opportunity with letting us get hit with the meta bugs, just like everyone else.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
That's painful.
Nice.
But I think, so sorry, say that other part of the question.
Are you still in the ads manager day to day?
So, I'm not, but we had brought on this one agency for about 1.5 years. I wasn't super thrilled with them. So we sort of parted ways amicably, a good relationship. But I went back hands-on keyboard for a while, and then I realized, I'm not the guy for this. Like, my skill level is good enough to get us to 8 figures, but to get us to the next level, it's not going to be me. And especially our catalog has gotten really broad, and running ads for a single hero product so different from running ads for
very different
complex. So we brought on this one like super boutique agency where this one guy's run growth for a bunch of big fashion brands. I think for us and where we are, there's probably like 3 to 4 guys who would be a good fit for this. I've known him for a while from afar. And I had no idea he was doing some consulting. So he came on. Now he and one other person are hands on keyboard. But it's really different from an agency because it's basically he's my point of contact. And then there's someone who will do some execution. But that's been really positive, like been huge.
Amazing.
Well, I think something that you said there is really important, and I've noticed it a couple of times in our conversation. You said I have been great. Single hero product, getting us to this level. I have been great for that. I also noticed you said when I put on that tee, hey, let's try that tee. I put that on. I knew that's it. And I think there's something about that. There's something about that with founder being involved, being really the person that he is creating for, and having that sense like this is it. And I'll tell you this, there's this kid I knew 2 years ago. He's Gen Z, so cool. He's one of the coolest guys I've ever known. And he got a shirt from Korea that's heavyweight, and it looked a lot like, and when I saw it and I felt it, I was like, oh gosh, yeah, man, this is on a different level. And now I see you making it here, custom fit for all of us. So, I mean, to me, it just says you got bigger and brighter future to come. And, you know, the wholesale and the uniforms. And man, I think you guys with your catalog expanding, I mean, to me, it just says you're set up for success to the here and beyond.
Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're really excited about what's ahead. And I think we're there, especially having someone come on to take over a lot of the media buying. It frees us up to look at, okay, where are we building next, to your point. So yeah, we're pumped.
Well, man, we appreciate you making the time and coming on here. We know you are a busy man, but we look forward to what's coming out with the golf collection and all the things. We'd love to have you on again and bring you back to talk about that when it's time. Can we do that?
Absolutely. I mean, you guys are the best. So anything you need. Love what you guys are doing.
Okay. We appreciate you, Ray. Ray, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.